eco mode.
That's eco mode.
Yeah, it's a big difference on eco mode.
Huge difference on eco mode.
What's up guys, it's Eric from B-Side. Today we have here a 2020 Genesis G70 and we're going to be installing our Shiftpower throttle response controller. It's a plug and play throttle response controller, very easy to install, and it just gives you another way to enjoy your car. Not only is it compatible with this car, our Shiftpower application line is compatible with 5,000 other vehicles. That includes Toyotas, Lexus, Nissan, Ford, GM, Chevy, and so forth. So if you're wondering if we have one for your car, we probably do. So just make sure you check with us. And with this device, you'll be able to adjust the way your car accelerates and how sensitive you want your acceleration to be and how much more response you want, either on the bottom end, middle, or the high end, or if you want it to be more linear. In addition to that, we have other functions like the valet mode, where it prevents the valet driver from flooring your vehicle so that they're only restricted to the parking lot speeds. We also have the immobilizer for additional level of security. If the thief somehow manages to turn on your car, they won't be able to drive off anywhere because the acceleration pedal will basically be a dead pedal and then your car will not go anywhere. All right, so let's stop talking. Let's go in the car. I'm gonna show you how to install this. I'll also show you how the application works, and then we'll also go for a test drive. So a lot of fun stuff. So let's get in the car and get started. All right, so before we get in the car, you wanna make sure your car is asleep. So if you just came out from driving your vehicle, you can get out, you can lock it and unlock it. That'll put it to sleep. Or you can keep your driver's door open. Take this key far away so that your car cannot detect it and wait about 10 minutes. So one of those will put your car to sleep. And another way is you could disconnect the negative terminal on the car's battery, reconnect it after you're done installing it, but you don't have to do all that. You could just make sure your car is asleep. If you don't wait until the car goes to sleep, then you're gonna get some check engine lights when you first install it. That's because there's some circuits that's still active within the acceleration pedal, and that will trigger an error on your ECU. So you want to be able to prevent that, so make sure your car is put to sleep. Okay, so once you do that, let's get in the car. All right, so before we install the kit, let's show you what's inside the box. So here's our Shiftpower box. The correct part number for this car is the SP28. And once you open the box here, you will get, you have a module that's attached to a plug-and-play harness. So this is where your factory connector will connect to. We're going to unplug the factory connector behind the acceleration pedal, plug this in, and we're going to plug this, what was originally connected to the car, to the acceleration pedal I meant. So and we're going to go in here, and this will go into acceleration pedal. And you also find this button. This button here has a 2-pin connector, which will connect to this harness, like so, okay? Zip ties that you can use to secure this, and also a sticker and an instructions manual. And going back to this, once you have this connected, you'll want to route this button to where it's accessible while you're driving. So if you want to change the modes, all you have to do is push this button. And if you don't want to use a button, it's fine. You don't have to. You could just use the app. But just in case, if you turn on your car immobilizer and you're coming in the car, you lose your phone, you won't be able to drive. So this is good to as a backup. So if you don't want it to see, you could go ahead and tuck it in somewhere, but it's always good to have the button somewhere just in case you need it. Okay, let me unplug this, and then let me show you how this side will install. All right, so we're gonna grab these. I'm gonna go here, go to your acceleration pedal. Right behind it, you'll find a connector here, okay? And if you stick your hand behind it, you'll find it. The connector release is on the right side towards the middle of the car. Just push really hard on it. Okay, there it is. Get right here. All right, so here it is. Here's how it looks once you unplug it. This is the release right here. You push it really hard and you pull it out. You're gonna be tempted to pull at an angle because you're gonna be reaching from the left side, but just really focus on just pulling it straight up, because if you don't, it's not gonna come off. Okay, so here it is. This will all connect easily. Okay, and make sure push in until you hear that click. If you don't hear that click, that means the connector is not in all the way. Okay, there it is. All right, there it is. You want to hear that click. Gonna connect our button here. All right, so let's connect our button here. And let's just first find a good location for it before we start routing the wires or the cables. All right, so we found a good mounting location. We wanna mount it right here like so. I'm gonna use a double-sided tape and tuck this cable in, just pinch it through here. So we have to drop this down. In order to do that, have to remove this side panel piece here. We use the panel removal tool. Pop this out. There's a Phillips screw here. We just remove that right now. And then go ahead and route this. Okay, we're gonna go straight down, and then we're going to route this towards the side. Okay, here it is. We're gonna plug it in here, and then we're going to organize that with some zip ties. Okay, so when you're organizing stuff like this, some things you want to take note is make sure you're not blocking the airbag. Also, make sure it's not going to interfere with any of the moving parts, such as your acceleration pedal, your brake pedal, your clutch, so forth. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we went ahead and mounted and zip tied and organized all the cables. Just gonna let it loose here for now. I still need to take off the adhesive and make this permanent. And down here, the connector is behind there. And if you look up, the harness is here. We did have to use quite a bit of zip tie to just secure everything. There's a lot of room. And because there's a long wire coming down from the top, we want to make sure it doesn't interfere with the acceleration pedal and also the brake pedal as well. And then make this permanent. I'm going to wipe it down with some alcohol wipe down there and then put it on here. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, there. That's a good location. All right, so now we got it. Let's go ahead and fire it up and test this device. First thing we want to do is select this car button here. That's how you connect to the device wirelessly. Connect. It's going to ask you for a password, so you have to look into your instructions manual, or you can also go to your module and find it. Okay, and go ahead and select your vehicle. All right, so we have it set. Say that you do not have the booklet for some reason, and say that you have a difficult time locating the module. Another thing you could do is push and hold the button for about 20 seconds and the code will pop up. So that's another way to also know what the code is. All right, so once we're here, we can control the device two ways. You can push the button here. Pushing the physical button, it'll jump to different modes, or you can use your finger to drag different modes depending on how much throttle response you want. Okay, so if you want to put the valet mode, you can put a valet mode. It can even lock it. So let me show you. Once you lock it, you press the accelerator, nothing happens even when you press on the gas. And this shows you what you're doing and what Shiftpower is doing. This is the immobilizer and the valet mode. So I'm flooring the car right now, but that's all the acceleration it gives. And of course, this is at the lowest setting, and you can adjust it as you wish. And these are all the different driving modes. So for this specific vehicle, this is a pretty fast car. It's pretty sporty. So we want to change this setting, because another reason I want to change it is because there's a meth injection that's installed on this vehicle. So whenever the car is floored or goes wide open throttle, the meth shoots in. So in order to prevent that happening all the time, let's go to mode settings. So we're going to change this acceleration curve from linear to exponential. So linear will reach your wide open throttle faster, or exponential, it takes more time to get there. It's more gradual, whereas linear is more instant. So for larger cars, trucks, heavy cars, linear works great. For cars that's already sporty, that's pretty fast, any sort of sports car that's already very responsive, we recommend using the exponential. So we're going to use the exponential on this one. All right, so there it is. And then let's go ahead and start off with dynamic. Let's go for a test drive and see how well this device works. All right, let's do this. So race and sport.
Oh, I already feel it. Oh, damn. That's crazy. That's actually pretty crazy.
Does that make a big difference?
A huge difference. That I felt it coming out of the garage.
Yeah.
And then I felt it instantly driving.
All right, guys. Well, we went ahead and just showed you how to install it. We went on a test drive. The driver is ecstatic. He loves the new way the car drives. It made such a big difference, as you can see in the video. If you're hesitating, you want to get something cool and fun for your car that changes the way your car drives in a more enjoyable way, this is one of the products that will achieve that, the Shiftpower Throttle Response Controller. And if you have any questions, drop a line below, leave a comment, or email us at info@bsonicusa.com. If you haven't yet, help our channel by liking and subscribing our channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.